You're not in control! I am! Were you daunted? Were you scared about writing and directing a sequel?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I think that, sequels can be quite cynical. I think we've seen a history of sequels sometimes where they're only made because the first movie made money. For me, in coming back to write and direct a sequel to Smile, I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do it, I was going to try to offer a fresh experience for audiences, something that was really worth their time to come back and give me, their 2 hours again. So I put a lot of pressure on myself to hopefully deliver.
Why is there a female lead in both films? Was that important to you? Does it have a significance?
I wouldn't say there's any particular significance. I think that both characters were sort of just like uniquely designed for some of the themes and motifs and emotionalities that each film are exploring. When it came to developing Smile 2, as soon as I realized I wanted to set it in the world of pop, I figured that, there's nothing bigger right now in the world than some of these pop stars. And so it just felt quite organic.
What is your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film?
Yeah, too.
Well, I've been on the record saying this a million times. I love The Shining. It's probably my favorite film of all time. But, outside of that, if I was going to give maybe a fresh, unique answer right now that I haven't said a million times, I love Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Cure. It's one of my favorite films of all time also.
And how do you deal with the stress and the pressure of, writing and directing these films? Do you have collaborators that help you out?
Well, certainly, it's interesting as a writer-director, they're really, for me, it feels like all part of the same process. But as a writer, you're incredibly isolated. It's a very singular act. And so, you sort of hopefully lean on the people around you, when you sort of, you bury your head for 12 hours and you come up for air and you're trying to figure out what's going on, what time of day it is. And then when I direct the film, that's a process where I'm surrounded by 100 people all day, every day. And you really, really lean on your collaborators at that point. But it's, it's a really rewarding experience, both elements of it, and wouldn't trade it for anything.
You started as a short film. Do you have any advice for young filmmakers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there is a lot of noise out there, and people sometimes, I think, sort of get caught up chasing trends or trying to somehow, game theory their way into success. I think it's really important for aspiring filmmakers to be their own first audience member, make movies for themselves first, what they would want to see. I think if you're really chasing that, you're going to do your best work. And then more practically, I think, go to film festivals like South by, enter your films, go see where your film stacks up in a short film block compared to other filmmakers, meet those other filmmakers, make those connections. I think that film festivals are sort of still the best way to get involved in filmmaking.
And last question, is there a Smile 3 on the cards at all?
We'll have to see.